Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Nothing to See Here podcast. Hi, it's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
We are recording on yet again another new recording software. We're using Discord and our buddy Craig. Everyone, say hi to Craig.
Don't say hi to Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Shut
Hi,
up.
Craig. Craig's here. Craig's joining us for this evening. Maybe he'll join us for other evenings. Who knows? We'll see what happens with our boy Craig. But yeah, we're recording another. Well, it's Hannah's episode. But I've decided to bring down the mood before Hannah starts her thing.
Well, it is Mother's Day, so why not bring down the mood?
Yes, I have another sad death announcement.
Oh no! Oh my god!
Oh,
Another wrestler has died
Oh
from our
no!
timeline that
Oh.
we've seen. Sabu died today.
What?
oh.
Yeah, Sabu died.
How old
Rip.
was he?
He was 60 years old.
How
He
did
was
he
only
die?
60.
Yeah,
He was
it's
only
young.
60. It's very
How
young.
did he die?
I don't know how he died. I just know he died. I don't think they've announced that yet.
Dang, your next Nitro episode is gonna be
Real
Upsetting.
sad. Everyone's dead.
Yeah.
Hey, all the wrestlers that you like and the one announcer that you guys like, dead. And the evil still lives on.
How dare you remind us of that?
It's not been released, but he had health issues and a medical emergency in 2023.
So it's probably health
And
related.
he had just wrestled last month.
Jesus Christ!
He had his retirement match last month.
How old's The Rock? The Rock needs to be careful.
How old is The Rock? He's gonna be in his 50s, right?
I think he is in his 50s.
He's 53 years old.
Yeah, he's got 7 more years.
Well, I mean, I think he's taking a lot better care of his body than Sabu ever did.
Way to bring us all down, Franklin.
I'm bringing us all down so Hannah can bring us all up.
There's no way that's gonna happen with what we just watched here tonight. And let me first off say, as a kid, this was one of my favorites. It wasn't my favorite, but it was one of my favorites because I am an art kid. And who didn't want a magic paintbrush?
Should I
I
introduce
remember.
the film we're talking about?
No, I remember none of this. Any of what we're going to be talking about, I remember none of it, except for the fact that Cree Summer is in it. Oh, before I get to that, what'd y'all do for Mother's Day?
My mother is currently working, so we did absolutely nothing.
I made my mom. I got ice cream. I went out and got ice cream for us, and then I made her fried rice and a cheesecake.
I do like fried rice, and I like cheesecake. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, it's a
My
really good
mom,
cheesecake. She requested the cheesecake.
my mom got a vacuum. She was real
How
excited about it.
did you get her the vacuum, or did she get herself the vacuum?
She got herself the vacuum. She really didn't want
You didn't
anything
get her
for Mother's.
anything for Mother's Day.
You
She
didn't
doesn't.
even buy her the vacuum.
She doesn't want anything for Mother's Day. I asked.
You wanted a vacuum.
Do you want me to bring Peanut Gallery in here?
It
No,
is
you
Mother's
don't have
Day.
to.
She should
Hold
make an
on.
appearance.
Yeah, hold on. Hey, Peanut Gallery!
I'm joining Craig.
Oh, don't tell her about Craig. Hold on.
Tell her to say hi to Craig.
She doesn't need to.
Craig would feel sad.
I'm just gonna call her real quick. Because I think she might be ignoring me. Which is a very
This is
unmotherly thing to do.
content.
Hey, can you come here? Alright, thanks. I do have to tell you, so my mom was venting this morning. It was around like 11-ish in the morning. She's out in the living room, and she's like, your father hasn't wished me a happy Mother's Day. It's like, why would Dad wish you a happy Mother's Day at all? Yes. Why would my father, that you're divorced with, wish you a happy Mother's Day?
I gave birth to his child.
And she said, because I gave birth to his child. At 12:54, he sent me a message that said, "Tell your mom Happy Mother's Day," with a YouTube link. And the YouTube link leads to a YouTube video that says, "You're the reason our kids are ugly," by Conway
Ouch.
Oh my
Twitty and
god.
Loretta. I then responded to my dad, "Are you calling me ugly?" And he said, "No, but the song's funny. What'd your mom say?" I said, "She flipped you off."
Well, happy Mother's Day, I guess.
Yeah, Happy Mother's Day.
You brought me in here.
No, I brought you in here to tell them that you didn't want anything for Mother's Day because I said you got a vacuum and you were happy about it, and they're like, "Did you buy her the vacuum?"
No, she did not. No, she knows what she's giving me for Mother's Day.
It's not something that you can buy.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's a trip to the hospital.
Ouch. Hannah, thanks.
Oh
A
yeah.
little dark with my car accident all this week.
Oh yeah. Hannah doesn't know about that.
What the fuck did you do?
Frankie knows about
Yeah,
it.
I
didn't
know
do
very
anything.
little. I know very little about it. All I know is we were playing D&D, and then Amanda goes, "Hey, I have to leave and drive Monique to the hospital. Bye."
We ended up not going.
No, I didn't want to go.
We did end up not going. But she did go to the doctor, and they think she may have re-herniated a disc because this little bitch
Rear-ended me.
rear-ended my mom going 70. The little, like, 22-year-old probably texting and driving, and the first thing out of her mouth was what, Mom?
Why'd you hit your brakes so hard so fast? I said so I wouldn't hit the car in front of me.
She was also in an exit lane. So Mom's had a rough week, but the peanut gallery is here, and she hasn't made an appearance in a while, so.
Because nobody loves the peanut gallery.
I was just talking about how much I loved you on the show. Why do you think you're here right now?
I don't know.
You're also here to prove that I'm not an awful daughter, too.
So that's the real reason you brought me in.
I love
That
you.
is the reason.
She loves
Shut
you.
up.
She just doesn't love you enough to buy you a vacuum.
Actually,
She never told me
I
she
don't
wanted
want
one.
her to waste her money on me. I don't want her spending her money on me.
You make sure this is in the episode.
I'm gonna edit it around and make it seem like
I'm an asshole? That's not
no,
fair.
I won't do that to you. I
I
won't do that to you.
seriously, no. She asked if I wanted anything, and I told her what I wanted, and she agreed to it.
I'm a super giving person, too.
You know I
guys
won't
know
do
this.
that, Amanda, because I
Hannah gets
have to
fucking
record
expensive purses
multi-track.
for birthdays and Christmases.
And I've told you not to do that.
My back hurts.
I'm sorry your back hurts,
It's
Mom.
okay.
Well, thank you for joining us, Monique.
You're welcome, Frankie.
She might just lay here for a minute.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting up for a few moments.
Okay, well, Hannah, would you
We
like to
can-
talk about what this episode was?
Yeah, the peanut gallery can stay
How long
and talk about Barbie.
He was-
Rapunzel, no thank you.
She
no
fell asleep
way.
during most of it.
That's
Their eyes are
unfortunate.
fucking creepy. Like, their
Well, it's-
eyes don't seem real.
Well, it's 2002. Their eyes aren't real.
Yeah, it's fucking creepy, man.
Mm.
Creepy as all fuck.
Alright. Lay back down.
We're back in Barbie land tonight, besties. We have watched Barbie as Rapunzel. I had a great time. Amanda apparently didn't have a good time, and I'm assuming Frankie suffered.
We'll reveal my feelings as we go through this. What a shit
Yeah.
title, by the way.
Barbie as Rapunzel? Really?
Yeah,
It
what
was
a
Barbie
bad
as the
title.
Nutcracker.
Was it really?
Yes!
I
No,
didn't
it was
realize
Barbie
that.
and the Nutcracker.
She wasn't the Nutcracker. The dude
Yeah,
was the
that's true.
Nutcracker.
Whatever. In the and as. Really? Are they really that big of a difference?
Yeah, one person is playing the part, the other is with the part.
This is why I don't invite you places.
It makes a difference. Like, Barbie in the Nutcracker, it seems like... I don't know. It just feels weird to be like Barbie as Rapunzel. I know like a bunch of them are like this.
There were a bunch of video games too that was like Barbie as the Princess Bride. It is not.
Oh no, she didn't. They better never have made that one into a movie because the Princess Bride's
No,
a
I
classic.
think it's...
Barbie better never.
I think she's
fuck
just
with
a
the Princess
princess.
Bride.
That is a
I
bride.
think
Yes,
she's just a
you're
princess
correct.
that is a bride.
You're
not
correct,
the
Mom. It
actual
was the one
Princess
where you
Bride.
could bake the cake. It was that video game. Do you not remember
That'd
the
be
Bake the Cake
great.
video game? You know it? Frankie,
I
did you
know.
play this?
I've probably watched people play because I
Frankie
watch like
played
people
it.
play shitty
Don't
Barbie
lie,
games.
Frankie. We know you have all the Barbie video games.
I definitely have all the
No,
Barbie
the
video
only
games.
Barbie video game that I ever played was the fucking vet one.
Oh
There's
man,
one where
that's
she's
not
a
even
vet.
Barbie as Rapunzel. The video game of this was so good because you could create your own like castle, like design your own castle. Like it was dope. We might have to play. We might have to do a review of the Barbie video games.
That can be your other project.
Yeah, I have a different problem with the title too. Not just that it's a stupid title. I'd like to point out there's one thing about Rapunzel that like everyone knows.
She has long
That
hair.
she's got long hair. This bitch didn't use her fucking hair at all. What the fuck is it? It's bold. That's real bold, Mattel. That's a real bold move.
They used it in a dream sequence.
They used it in a dream sequence. Get the fuck out of here, Mattel. This is some bullshit behavior. This is some fraud, Dave. This lady's out here painting.
Do you have a problem with painters?
No, I think the painting is a really cool like little. And they could have like we'll get into it, but like I think
And
the
Disney
painting of the
definitely
paintbrush is a
stole
really
that from this Barbie.
Yeah, Disney totally wasn't inspired by Barbie as Rapunzel at all.
I don't know anything about Tangled, so I never watched Tangled, so don't. None of this means anything to me. But I thought the painting stuff was cool, but it didn't have to be Barbie, or it didn't have to be Rapunzel. It could have been just like a Barbie princess story where everything happens. She's just not Rapunzel. Like her being Rapunzel wasn't integral to the story. That's my problem with it. I was expecting a Rapunzel story, and I got a pretty ambitious idea of a painting power story, but like no Rapunzel.
Would you have preferred if she had twins and then her prince was blinded?
Is that the real Rapunzel?
Yeah, we don't have to go with the grim fairy tale one.
Yeah, we don't have to go with that. I would have preferred if she like fucking like used her hair.
Yeah. Also,
in a non-dream sequence.
Is that the one where she gets raped? No, that's Sleeping Beauty.
That's Sleeping Beauty. I also thought that, but no, that's Sleeping Beauty.
That's Sleeping
This
Beauty.
one, Rapunzel consents.
Like, I don't know much about Tangled, but I do know the hair is important. I just wanted her hair to be important.
It was important, kind of. Like
in the end.
In the end,
it was important in the end when the villain used it as a wig.
Spoiler alert.
All right, can we talk about this movie?
Yes, we'll start with some background. Oh, wait, first in my notes I have two things before background.
Oh no.
I learned two things between recording Barbie and the Nutcracker and now. First, I made a mistake in the Nutcracker video. I said the Barbie Diaries was the first original film. It's not. It's Barbie Fairytopia. That's the first original story.
I thought so. All right.
And
I thought that was I didn't think that was based on anything.
Yeah, no, Barbie Fairytopia is the first original story that Mattel produced. And the second thing I learned, and this kind of ties into the titles, Frankie. In this era of film, Barbie is starring as the main character of these films. Essentially, in the Barbie universe, she is a movie star, and these are her films. So that's kind of why they say Barbie starring in her first feature film, or Barbie stars as whatever princess.
Then that blows my mind because then it should just because then it makes no sense for her if Barbie is just playing Rapunzel in the Barbie universe, right? And that's what we're getting. Then there's no need for these fucking framing devices.
Oh, but I like them.
No. I understand that, but they've ruined their own logic with the framing devices. Because if you are living in the Barbie universe and you go to see Barbie as Rapunzel, you're then getting some weird meta movie where Barbie is playing Barbie and playing Rapunzel in the same movie.
Yeah, why not?
See, Mattel got too ambitious. They need to slow down.
They don't. You get a film a year for quite some time. Now I can tell you a bit about the background of Barbie as Rapunzel. Right now, Mattel and Mainframe Entertainment are pretty much focused on busting out films based on famous fairy tales. And Barbie as Rapunzel is the second film Mattel and Mainframe Entertainment produced. At the time, Mattel really wanted to put Barbie in famous princess fairy tales, but Disney kind of had a monopoly on the princesses. But it's 2002, and one super famous story Disney has yet to make into a film is Rapunzel. So they make a very watered down version retelling of Rapunzel and, made the film a lot more child friendly. Production on Barbie as Rapunzel began really quickly after Barbie and the Nutcracker was released and deemed a success. The film was written by Ilana Lesser and Cliff Ruby. It was directed by Owen Hurley, and the score was composed by Arnie Roth, with the London Symphony Orchestra once again performing the score. Artworks by artist Amanda Dunbar were used in the film, and she created the images that Barbie Rapunzel paints in the film. Amanda Dunbar in 2002 was 15 years old and was at that time considered a child prodigy. And the film stars Kelly Sheridan as Barbie, Anjelica Huston as Madame Gothel, Mark Hildreth as Prince Stefan, Cree Summer as Penelope.
Yeah, Cree. She's the voice of my childhood. Number 5?
Yeah, she did a lot of...
That's where I know her voice from. Yes, yeah. It was bothering me.
Yeah, it's number 5. You're welcome.
She is the voice of a lot of 2000 kids' childhoods.
She's also Kita.
Yes. And Ian James Corlett is Toby. It took 9 months to create and produce the film, with it releasing on VHS and DVD on October 1st, 2002. On November 24th, 2002, the film premiered on Nickelodeon, and it would be the first Barbie film to have its premiere on Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon now has the monopoly on the Barbie films. Barbie as Rapunzel is an award-winning film. It has 2 DVD premiere awards. It won Best Original Score and Best Animated Character Performance for Gothel. And that's all I have on the background.
Way to go, Morticia Addams.
I will say the voice performances this go around, everyone was giving it their Tim Curry.
Everyone was giving it their Tim Curry.
We now measure a voice actor's success in Tim Curry.
I'm measuring all the Barbie performances to Tim Curry because he was the only one who gave a shit in the last one. And it felt like they all were trying this time. They all got it feels like the director was like, look, last time Tim Curry just ate you all for lunch, all right?
And Tim Curry didn't even try, actually.
Yeah, so can we all step it up? And Anjelica Huston came in, and also probably just didn't even really try and ate them all up. But everyone else upped their game too.
Are we ready to dive?
This was another star-studded cast for voice actors.
Yeah,
last time they all sounded bored. Last time they all sounded bored. This time the ones who the actual voice actors sounded great. I guess we're ready now. Let's do this.
We're ready to dive into the world of Barbie as Rapunzel.
Yeah.
Our film opens on an art studio. We once again have a framed narrative. Kelly and Barbie are painting, but Kelly, she has no clue what she wants to paint. She just wants Barbie to tell her what to paint. But Barbie's like, no, you're creative. You paint whatever your heart wants. And Kelly is not amused.
And of course, Barbie, a master ballet dancer and a master painter. So
instead of helping Kelly figure out what to paint. I don't know, giving her still life or something. Barbie starts telling her a story. It's the story of a girl who saved her life by painting. We dive into the actual fairy tale now. In a magical world filled with kings, creatures, and royalty, or whatever the hell she said, there lies a secret manor hidden in a deep, dark forest, and this manor is hidden behind an invisible wall. It keeps intruders out, and more importantly, it keeps a young girl with very long hair hidden inside. We meet Rapunzel, and she's painting. We also meet Hobie, who is supposed to be a rabbit, but he doesn't look that good.
And we meet
All
Spyro.
Shut up.
There's a painting of Spyro in the background there.
Shut up.
Her name is Penelope. Put some respect on her name.
She's got the exact same color palette as Spyro.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No. Penelope is a dragon, and she looks a lot better than Hobie. Rapunzel is currently in the process of painting a seascape, and she says she dreams of walking along the beach one day. Hobie alerts Rapunzel and Penelope that Madame Gothel is on her way. Viewers learn Gothel has magic, which she uses to make an entryway through the invisible wall. Rapunzel rushes to the kitchen to make tea for Gothel and pretends like she was doing work the entire time Gothel was out instead of painting. Rapunzel is Gothel's indentured servant, and we will later learn that Gothel took her in as a baby. We finally get a proper look at Madame Gothel, and she's serving evil stepmother Realness. She's demanding, she's rude, she's wearing her pet ferret as a stool, but it's alive and it asks to eat Hobie during tea.
I have nothing wrong with Otto. You know what? Otto's fine. Every time I looked at this bunny, and I wish the peanut gallery was still here because she also agreed with me. Every time I look at this bunny, all I was like is like, this is Frankie when he's anxious.
I don't remember the bunny, to be fair.
You
Bunny
remember?
doesn't do anything.
You blocked Hobie out of your mind already.
Hobie really doesn't do shit this entire movie.
Just like you.
Wow, alright. Can't wait for the unedited version of this episode to go up since I do nothing.
Yeah, I know. No, but like even the anxiety. Oh, I don't know if we should do this. This sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, sometimes things are a bad idea. Hobie sucks though. Can we?
Yeah, I don't like Hobie. I hate this rabbit.
I also hate.
I
this
like
rabbit.
Otto. I like Otto. Otto has the one line that made me laugh this entire movie. It's way later in the movie, so
I was gonna say all the best lines happen at the end.
Is it when he gets burned to a crisp?
No, we'll get to it.
Gothel notices that Rapunzel has a smear of paint across her face, and she begins listing off all the things she's tasked Rapunzel to do before tea time. Rapunzel says she did all her chores, and since she was done, she chose to spend time painting. Then Gothel finds issue with her manner. One of the stairs is squeaking, so she admonishes Rapunzel for her lack of care.
Did she teach her how to repair steps?
I don't think she taught Rapunzel anything.
Just knowledge you're born with.
Get that WD-40. We go to the manor's kitchen. Rapunzel is making tea, and Penelope tries to help heat the tea water up faster by breathing fire, but she can only manage a tiny little minuscule fireball. Penelope hasn't come into her dragon powers yet. She's scared of heights and flying. She can't fly over the wall. She can't breathe fire. And then we learn that Penelope is kind of clumsy. And she knocks the tea tray off of the table. And she, Hobie, and Rapunzel rush around trying to catch everything before it falls and breaks. While the tea set is flying, a spoon lands on a gargoyle's nose, which causes a hidden staircase in the floor to open.
The world's worst security system. The lightest touch opens the door.
Yeah. We
It
then
has this
learn
hidden
Penelope's.
chamber, and it can
We
be
learn
activated by like a breeze.
you just tap the gargoyle on the nose. That's it.
Batman would be furious with this kind of fucking cave
Batman would
system.
be very upset, yes.
We learn Penelope's next character trait, which is scared. She's scared of pretty much everything from spiders and bugs and heights. Rapunzel all but runs down this newly found staircase. Her friends they trail very slowly after her. They do not want to go down there. But all these stairs lead to is a storage room. And inside, Rapunzel finds invitations to balls, a portrait of a couple with the man's face slashed, and a silver hairbrush. This brush has an inscription on it that I didn't feel like writing down, but it's addressed to Rapunzel on her first birthday from her parents. Which is weird, since Gothel told Rapunzel that she was abandoned when she was only a few days old.
Also weird. Who gives a 1-year-old a hairbrush for their birthday? Bad gift. Bad gift.
And a solid silver one, too.
They can't lift that.
No.
Am I the only one here that, as an artist, would be like, yeah,
You want a silver hairbrush?
a silver hairbrush that transforms into really any type of brush? Yes.
I don't think they knew that. I don't think they were aware of that ability.
That's it doesn't transform. It needs star magic to transform.
It needs someone to sing the inscription like a song. And cry.
We're jumping way ahead of ourselves. Right after Rapunzel discovers this hairbrush, Hobie blows a layer of dust off of a book, which causes Penelope to sneeze fire, which nearly sets the floor on fire, and then she knocks a bookcase over. This catches the attention of Gothel, but when we see her just a few moments later, she's mainly annoyed her tea was late and now her schedule is thrown off. Back downstairs, the friends continue searching the basement. The bunny again does something stupid, and he scares Penelope again, causing her to jump and put a hole in the floor. This is where I wrote, I really hate this rabbit. Rapunzel jumps down into the hole, and she finds a tunnel. She can feel a breeze in the tunnel, so she decides to investigate to find the outside world, because she's never been behind the magic wall. Her friends cannot come with her, and so she goes alone. And she comes across a staircase at the end, which leads to the outside world, and she soon finds herself in a village, which she is in awe of. She watches a blacksmith work, and
This is
she's smart.
the most abandoned village I've ever fucking seen.
Didn't you watch
Nobody's
the
around.
movie? It's full of people, okay? Barbie tells us so.
It has
next
those
scene.
little children skipping along. There's also a baker, which Barbie Rapunzel is smart
With his
enough
tray,
not to take.
like always.
Oh, I almost made that joke. I almost did. I thought about it. We cut back to the manor with Penelope and Hobby. Penelope's father, Hugo, flies in to see what she's been up to. He asks to see her breathe fire and fly, both of which she fails at. So Hugo reprimands her. We learn that the two do not have the greatest relationship. And back with Rapunzel, she finds herself in an apple orchard. 3 children come riding in on one poor horse. And Kelly is like one of these children, and I don't know who the other 2 are.
One of them is that summer fairy chick. She does have a quote at one point that really made me think of you, where she says at the ball, "I'd rather be reading a book."
You know, I did identify with that toddler. In this world, Kelly is actually Princess Katrina, but I'm just gonna call her Kelly because I could not be bothered to figure out the other two's names. Also, this poor horse. It's carrying 3 people. I know the girls are tiny, but you don't put 3 people on a horse. That's a lot of weight. And it's running at a full gallop.
That's why this horse is so fucking hungry.
I know.
But we got a new horse name. We got a new horse name.
Are they gonna abandon this
Botticelli.
one? That one.
I did make a note of that. My note is new horse. Let's go, Botticelli. Let's not abandon him this time.
He's not
I do like the
abandoned.
name Botticelli.
He was
As
named
far as
after
I know-
the painter.
Yeah.
As far as I know, Botticelli not abandoned. We have no evidence that he was or not. He might have been. We don't know.
He's just
We have no
carrying around
evidence.
3 children all day, every day.
The Barbie movies hate horses. They abandon them. They mistreat them. In the Barbie universe, horses shouldn't be filming with Barbie.
Guess what? They're like in every film.
I need to see a market improvement in the treatment of these horses.
Anyway, Kelly falls into a pit.
She fell for the oldest trick in the book, the leaves over the pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, very cleverly disguised pit. But I want to know, we do find out that this is like a rival kingdom.
Yeah.
Why are we making pits? Like, that's the dumbest idea ever.
Really funny. We're at war with this other kingdom. Let's leave childish traps.
They're feuding. They're not at war. They're feuding.
They're basically at war. They should be at war. We find out why they're feuding. We should if the reason why they're feuding is the real reason, which it is. The other king thinks that the King Wilhelm, is that his name?
King Wilhelm thinks that King Frederick stole his daughter.
Yeah,
which we don't learn until the last 10 minutes of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just learned that they don't like each other forever. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what did they do to each other? I thought it was going to be something real stupid.
I mean, it kind of is.
It's kind of a full-on declaration of war if it had happened. Anyway, Barbie rushes over to help Kelly out of the pit. One of the other children takes Botticelli and they gallop off. Barbie has pretty much gotten Kelly out of danger when she slips and almost falls in herself, but that's when the love interest shows up. He grabs onto Barbie's waist to steady her, and they're able to get Kelly out of the pit. We have a pretty good meet cute between Rapunzel and Prince Stefan, but we don't know his name yet. But this meet cute quickly turns into political talk / exposition. As Amanda has already said, the next kingdom over is ruled by King Wilhelm, and the kingdoms are at war for reasons unknown at this moment. But King Wilhelm is the one who ordered that pit to be dug in the royal apple orchard. Rapunzel and Stefan are having this little conversation, and he's like, hang on, I need to go make sure my sisters are okay. I'll be back in a minute. And Rapunzel has to rush off because the clock strikes noon, and she's been out too long, and Gothel is going to get up from her nap soon. And the pair, they never learn each other's names. How sad.
I'm so sad. His name's fucking Stefan. Can we also talk about this fucking man? Also not Ken.
No.
Jesus. What's the point of Ken?
Ken appears till Barbie Diaries.
Yeah.
What? Then what's the point of Ken?
He doesn't even look like Ken. But Ken
what?
He is. He's siblings with, like, Barbie's sister Kelly. Tommy shows up, by the way.
What?
Gingerbread boy's back.
Tommy is back. Does he look stupider in this one than the last one? Because I think he does somehow.
I think
He
does,
still has
yeah.
the bowl cut.
Yeah, but I think the bowl cut looks stupider without the
does.
gingerbread costume.
Oh, 100%.
As Rapunzel is running back to the manor, we see Otto, Gothel's ferret. He's been following Rapunzel. So obviously, Madame Gothel finds out what has happened, and she's very upset that Rapunzel met a man. And she punishes Rapunzel by destroying all of her paintings and art supplies.
She's got a point.
That's-
Men are gross.
That's such a dick move, though.
She shouldn't destroy the art supplies, but men are gross.
Yeah.
Rapunzel has the bright idea to tell Gothel that she can't be locked away from the world forever. And so Gothel transforms Rapunzel's room into a tower, and the only way out is through the window via dragon. And speaking of dragons, Gothel tells Penelope's father to keep an eye on the tower and on Rapunzel.
Why does he work for her? You just eat her.
I mean, she might be offering him dental and good
He's got a
health
good dental plan. I didn't think
health
about that.
insurance. Yeah, he has a kid. He needs that health insurance.
I'm glad I got a good dental plan. I chipped my one of my crowns this weekend.
Ooh.
Oof. How? What are you doing?
So embarrassing. It's the worst story ever. I was at the ball game yesterday, and I got a chicken tender that was really overcooked,
Ouch.
and the outer edge chipped my crown.
That's hilarious.
Can you sue?
No, no, you cannot sue because you bit into an overcooked chicken tender.
We now cut back to the palace. Prince Stefan is strolling through the gates when his little brother Tommy, aka Gingerbread Boy, tries to kill him with an arrow to the head.
He really, really does.
He said, "I want the crown, brother." It does miss, and there's a quick scene of the two of them talking, and all viewers learn is that Stefan is family oriented. That's all we learn.
Good thing to look for in a potential partner.
So Stefan is heading to the throne room to meet with his father, the king, and the king wants to thank Rapunzel personally for saving Kelly, but no one can find her. There are some rumors, some possible beliefs that Rapunzel's actually a spy for Wilhelm's kingdom, but that notion is dismissed as she did risk her life to save Kelly, and why would she do that if she's spying for Wilhelm?
To be a good spy.
Yeah, you ingratiate yourself with the royal family.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's trying to be a good spy. I don't. These people are dumb. They deserve to get invaded.
That's why all these easy tricks are working against them.
That's actually the third time Kelly's fallen into that pit.
That exact same pit. They just keep recovering it.
Yeah. A guard comes in and he tells the king that none of Wilhelm's forces have been seen. And then and then the king says he's gonna be leading the raiding party that night, and Prince Stefan has to come with him. So we can assume that Stefan and the king are also murderers. Then we cut back to our hidden manor tower, and it's time for Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Because Stefan's found Rapunzel. JK, it's a nightmare. A giant Mother Gothel appears. Rapunzel awakens from her nightmare and she sets her mind on escaping. She looks at her newly found hairbrush. She sets it on the windowsill. As she's going back to sleep, two shooting stars appear and pass by the tower. The silver hairbrush is changed thanks to the shooting star's magic, and it goes from hairbrush to paintbrush. The next morning, Gothel is in the village. She's strolling around, not looking suspicious at all, with her cloak all the way over her eyes. Everyone in town
She's got
is just,
suspicious clothing and a suspicious walk.
yeah, she's like hunched over. She's like, what's going on? The whole town is celebrating Prince Stefan's 18th birthday. We totally don't have to worry about this random lady that no one's ever seen before. The palace is getting
It's fine.
ready
No
for.
one would come into town with. It's fine. No one would come into town with bad intentions. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to think good of everyone when they don't. Not when they look like a cartoon villain in their hooded robe and looking like an evil stepmom. At the palace, Prince Stefan is overseeing the party preparations when two guards rush in. They were just shown in the forest surrounding the hidden manor searching for Rapunzel, but they were chased off presumably by Hugo, and they tell an embellished version of the story to Stefan. Stefan and the king are then called away to the village, where King Wilhelm's forces just came through and destroyed the villagers' birthday celebration.
King Wilhelm soldiers are the most elite unit I've ever seen in a movie. They build elaborate traps and then also destroy entire markets and then vanish without a trace. They're not even seen. That
I
was a
think
quick
Gothel.
raid.
I think Gothel did it. I don't think it was
Do
Wilhelm's
you?
forces. I
I
think
think
it
it
could
was
be.
Wilhelm's forces.
Okay, I could go either way. Like, you really don't see anything, but we know Gothel has magic, so it could have been her.
Maybe, but like the villagers said they saw Wilhelm's forces do it.
Yeah. Maybe they were
Who
lying.
knows?
Oh my god, are they liars?
Yeah, they might be.
I mean,
Would people
Gothel
do
could have
that?
made like a fake image of the forces.
Would people just go onto the internet and lie?
I hate you.
Gothel is very excited by the destruction. She wants both kingdoms to destroy each other. We don't know why yet, though. And while all that is happening, Penelope and Hobby are in the manor gardens and they're turning raspberries into paint. They're
Yeah,
just squishing them.
yeah, that's not how you fucking make paint. You have to mill that shit, and I get that she's a dragon, but there's still gonna be bits and pieces. It's a sweet gesture and everything, but one, it's only red. There's no white. There's no colors that are going to help. It's just one fucking color.
They're more
Yeah,
or
you
less
can paint.
making nasty jam.
You could paint like part of the
The pits of
sunset,
hell.
part of the pits of hell. You need other colors for that. But something that's only red.
You paint an apple, but you're not gonna have any shading or anything because there's no black to make it darker, no brown, no whites to make it lighter. You got nothing.
You just paint the canvas red. I guess. Well, they don't even
Yeah,
bring a canvas or a
yeah.
paintbrush.
No, she's just painting the wall, which wouldn't that piss off Gothel more?
She's already done that. She's already painted all those flowers up there.
Are we sure that she has and that's not just wallpaper? Because she
I would
has
assume.
canvases.
I don't know. I assume she painted them.
Yeah, I assumed it too.
Also, Gothel gave her a very nice room. Like, she has a four-poster bed. She's not in rags either.
You know what? I gotta be fair to Spyro and the rabbit about just bringing the one color of paint. They didn't bring anything to paint with. That's true. But what's the rabbit's name? Hoppy, Hobie,
Hobby.
Hobby.
Isn't it
Hobby
Hobie?
like finds.
I pronounced it like 5 different ways. I don't
I think
know,
it's
and I don't.
Hobie.
Yeah,
I'm
the
just gonna
useless
call him
rabbit.
the rabbit. Yeah.
The useless rabbit finds the paintbrush that has like the hairbrush that's transformed into a paintbrush and gives it to Rapunzel, and she does the paint thing, which I'll let you explain. But She does say she was thinking of painting the blue sky with just the red paint. So like maybe it's on them. Like it's not on them. Maybe they're just like, look, she'll paint with fucking anything. Who cares? This bitch is trying to paint a blue sky with red berries.
These movies are such gems. So Penelope is out there trying to make paint out of berries and nothing else. And her father comes, and he's very upset with her because she's being kind. And so she's essentially turned her back on the dragon way of life. Nevertheless, Penelope and the rabbit bring the quote unquote paint to Rapunzel. And up in the tower, the rabbit finds the new paintbrush. And he somehow knows it was once the hairbrush, all because it has the same inscription on it. That is not what my first thought would be.
It might be mine. I'm imagining she doesn't have a lot of shit in her room.
How did the
Doesn't seem very
paintbrush fit
messy.
that inscription? A long inscription.
Really tiny letters.
Illegible letters.
It's nearly 40 minutes into this film, and Rapunzel finally paints with the magic paintbrush. She dips it into the red goo, and she goes to paint the blue sky on the wall.
She does do that. Ooh, they have the
Also,
SpongeBob candles. Sorry.
Hannah,
Stop online
paint is
shopping.
paint is a strong term for what she does.
She's
Yeah, she
making
just
the
kinda
first stroke. It's the first stroke.
Is it?
And then all of a sudden, the blue sky appears.
And a beautiful blue sky appears from the red goo.
Because of the magic paintbrush, and paint whatever she's thinking about. And another problem with the film now, her whole thing is that she paints.
Mm-hmm.
So we've taken that away from her, actually. Now, you don't actually have to paint. Just think about it.
To be fair, that's kind of a painter's wish.
But that's not painting.
If I could, make something look as realistic as possible, that would be dope. But you're right, it's not painting. She's just creating portals to other places. But how awesome is it to, not have to, sew your own fucking dress?
No, I'm saying that is awesome. That's cool. But if her whole thing is gonna be, we're making Rapunzel, but we're not doing the hair stuff, she's a fucking painter. That is what she does.
And she
we're
paints
gonna give
and
her a
saves
paint.
her life.
She paints to save her life. That's how we're told about this story. And we're gonna give her a tool that does all the painting for her. She doesn't actually have to paint.
Mm-hmm.
She just swoops it across the wall.
Swoopy swoop.
That's bullshit. She should have to paint. She gotta paint something. She's gotta paint something.
She's painted Spyro at the beginning.
Yeah,
Sure,
that was a pretty good Spyro.
That was a great Spyro. We know she can paint, but they take that away from her, and she never actually has to paint. She just has to think about what she wants, and it shows up.
Rapunzel paints a landscape without any paint at all. This landscape has a waterfall that actually has running water. She paints a butterfly which comes to life. And she paints the village she visited yesterday. And once this is all done, the trio have a breakthrough discovery. Penelope kicks the bunny into the wall, and he gets stuck.
Mm-hmm.
He gets stuck in the painting. It's a portal. Rapunzel, with her balls of steel, has no fear, and she proceeds to walk through the wall to the apple orchard she met Stefan in yesterday. In the orchard, she once again finds Stefan. She introduces herself, and she refuses to learn his name because Gothel wants to know who she met, and I'm assuming then proceed to kill him. Rapunzel does ask Stefan for his help. She needs to find out about herself, who her parents were or are, and where she comes from, and her only clue is the magic paintbrush. So Stefan takes her to the village's silversmith, who proceeds to almost blow Stefan's. What the fuck is his name?
Stefan. His name is
Stefan's
Stefan.
cover. The silversmith almost blows Stefan's cover immediately by addressing him as with his title.
Are we almost done? Oh, this is such a long movie, reliving it.
We're halfway there? More than halfway there?
Speak faster.
I'm trying to. I keep stumbling over my words, and Frankie won't cut those out of the recording.
He will if you just talk. Please just talk.
The silversmith recognizes the paintbrush. He recognizes that it is his brother's work. Alas, the brother lives in Wilhelm's kingdom, and no one can travel between the kingdoms. So Rapunzel can't learn about her past now. Stefan then takes Rapunzel to the palace gardens, where he gives her an invitation to the prince's masked birthday ball.
This should have been her first clue.
Well, I guess at this point, she just thinks Stefan's like a knight or a lord or something. But she's just more excited to attend a party. And specifically attend a party with Stefan, because the pair then flirt. Stefan says she has really beautiful hair, and then Penelope appears. She stepped through the portal, and Stefan is prepared to kill Penelope on sight.
It's a bad sign. His first reaction
That's
is
a red
violence.
flag.
No.
Yeah. That's a major red flag, Rapunzel.
What do you mean? That's a red flag? That he wants to kill a dragon?
Yeah.
Well,
He sees a dragon, and his first thought is violence.
What has this dragon done? Has it destroyed anything?
That would be my first thought.
Rapunzel tells Stefan that Penelope is her friend, and Penelope tells Rapunzel that she has to get the fuck out of there because Gothel's on the move. Gothel is on her way to the tower, and if Rapunzel isn't trapped up there, then Penelope's father is going to be punished. The rabbit has been tasked with stalling Gothel, and the only thing he can think to tell her is that his sciatica is killing him.
A fair complaint.
Gothel is not having it, and she ignores him. She actually tries to kill him by dropping him from like 30 feet in the air.
Yeah, that's real high.
He should be dead.
He should be. Should be making rabbit soup.
Rapunzel and Penelope do make it back in time. Rapunzel paints her tower on a door in the palace gardens. And she and Penelope managed to hide the portal behind the chest of the armoire.
Yeah. So she's a graffiti artist.
Yes, she is. Gothel once again demands that Rapunzel tell her who she met the other day. But again, Rapunzel truly doesn't know. She does not know Stefan's name. Once Gothel leaves, she's like, I'm escaping tonight. Gothel can't keep me here. And she tells Penelope that she and her father need to leave as well. We cut back to Stefan and his father. Stefan wants to invite King Wilhelm to his birthday party in an attempt to end the war. And now we get the best scene in the whole film. It's dress designing time. Rapunzel first designs and tries on this pretty flowy purple dress. It's kind of giving like Swan Lake vibes. It's also giving Arthurian legend. Then she creates this monstrosity. I think it's supposed to be like an 1860s Victorian gown, but it's just a mess. Then she creates the best gown ever, in my opinion. She creates this modern art gown. Is that modern art, Amanda?
I don't know what that is. I'm not the person to be asking. And honestly, it would be modern fashion. And I'm definitely not the person that you should be asking. Part of it's giving some cubism vibes, some modernist vibes, minimalist maybe. I don't know. It's weird.
That thing is not
weird.
minimalist.
Minimalist in color. Right. There's only like 3 colors in the gown.
Honestly, this gown has lived in my head rent-free since I was a child.
Which one?
This modern art
The
gown.
ugly one.
Get Barbie to the Met Gala. Finally, Rapunzel creates an elevated version of her day dress. It's a light purple, it's covered in sparkles, there's some gold trim to it. It's what we will be ranking a little bit later on. While all this is happening, the ferret is watching and he steals the invite to the ball and gives it to Gothel, who proceeds to storm up to the tower and punish Rapunzel. Gothel uses her magic to cut Rapunzel's hair. She destroys the magic paint portal, kicks out the rabbit and Penelope, and she finally destroys the paintbrush.
About damn time. Although, if y'all destroyed my magic paintbrush, you would also be dead.
Would we be left to starve in a tower?
Oh, no. I would actually, strangle you.
Cool. Gothel gives Rapunzel one final chance to tell her who she met, but she can't. So Gothel puts a spell on the tower, and Rapunzel is unable to escape. The spell that's used says that those with a lying heart can't exit. Once on the ground, Gothel chains Hugo to a wall for his daughter being a bad dragon. Then we cut and we see King Wilhelm for the first time. He's planning an attack on the prince's birthday party.
And he is hideous.
Thank God his wife said copy paste.
Yeah.
When she had Rapunzel. We also learn the name of Stefan's father. We've gone this whole film not knowing that the king's name is Frederick. Anyway, we're in the ballroom now. Stefan's party looks pretty boring, but the Nutcracker's there. Do you guys see the Nutcracker?
I did not.
Did Frankie?
No, I
You
did
missed
not.
him?
I didn't notice it.
He's in a lot of the films
Oh,
going
no.
forward as an Easter egg.
Oh,
He's Mattel's
boy.
version of a hidden Mickey.
Wow, the world's worst hidden Mickey. Nice. Can't wait.
Stefan is seen waiting for Rapunzel. And then Gothel arrives. She's wearing Rapunzel's hair as a wig and makes Stefan chase after her into the hedge maze away from everyone. Gothel finally reveals herself and tries to kill Stefan with her magic.
I gotta be honest, she was obviously not Rapunzel.
Yeah.
Stefan's an idiot.
Yes.
No, she's acting completely different. She looks different, even behind a mask. We then go to Hugo and Penelope. They're having a fight. Penelope is telling her dad what Rapunzel did for him, and she begs him to help Rapunzel escape. He agrees, but like I said, he's chained to the wall. He can't help. But he does tell his daughter that the spell Gothel put on the tower only traps prisoners with a lying heart. Rapunzel isn't a liar. She truly doesn't know Stefan's name. And once she is informed of this, Rapunzel jumps out of the window and onto Penelope's back. Our girlie is free, but now she has to figure out how to get to the ball.
I was really hoping that she would just go splat and the movie would end.
There's only one way out of the hidden manor, and that's to fly above the wall, which means Penelope must face her fears. And she's able to do so thanks to a loving pep talk / apology from her father.
Which I did say to my mom, who was awake for this part. I was like, oh, my daddy issues are triggering.
Yep. While our heroes are flying to the palace, Gothel is still trying to kill Stefan. His 4 younger siblings try to help him out. Tommy shoots an arrow at Gothel, and the girlies throw fruit at her.
Oh, this is where the line is. This is where the one line that made me laugh is.
Tell us.
At this some point during this whole chase and fight, a vase falls onto Otto, and it comes off about this point. And when it comes off, he looks at his reflection, and he goes, "I look terrible, and it's a formal occasion." That made me laugh. That was it. That's the only part that I laughed at.
It was at this moment that I identified as Otto.
Yeah, I'm glad that he knows the important things in life. He is a villain, and he is here to wreck the party, but it is a formal party, so he needs to look his
Very
best.
formal event, yes.
Wait, that's what got you?
That's what made me laugh. Yeah.
Really? That's such a dumb one.
That was the best line in the movie.
Stefan is able to briefly trap Gothel by throwing a banner over her. And then we see the party has been crashed by King Wilhelm. The two kings duel. Stefan rushes in and duels two enemy knights at once. Gothel manages to escape her binds, and she uses magic to defeat everyone, leaving only the two kings and Stefan standing. Wilhelm recognizes Gothel. He knows her. They were friends in their youth. But Gothel insists that they were in love. Wilhelm is pretty damn adamant that she was in the friend zone, though.
Yeah, he's like, I never loved you at all. There was no lead up or anything, which makes me question what that portrait was.
Yes, because it's heavily implied that that's supposed to be King Wilhelm.
Yeah, which, if somebody painted that, I mean, I know it's a painting and everything, and paintings can be deceiving, but...
They're clasping hands and looking at each other.
Yeah, he definitely was leading her on.
Yeah.
And then definitely we're a couple painting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finally, Gothel tells the audience why these two kingdoms have been at war for 18 years.
It's her fault.
Yeah.
We all knew that.
Yeah. Wilhelm believes that Frederick stole his daughter, but it was actually Gothel who stole the child. Rapunzel is the missing princess that we didn't know existed. Because no
Why
one
did she
mentioned
reveal
it
this?
until now.
Why did Gothel reveal this? They would have just fought each other to the death, and then she could have taken out the other one. What a fucking dummy.
Disney's Rapunzel did it better. Gothel then says that she stole Rapunzel because Rapunzel would have been her daughter had Wilhelm married her.
That's not true at all.
Yeah.
She looks nothing like you or the father, so it would have been a completely different baby.
It would have been an evil-looking baby.
She could have been a magic baby, though. Imagine that.
Could have been
baby.
A magic baby. Stefan manages to tell King Wilhelm that Rapunzel is alive and well. And then Gothel moves in to kill everyone when Rapunzel and friends walk in. Penelope, having faced her flying fears and having had that good pep talk from her dad, is able to breathe fire, which she uses to burn the fur off of Otto. Gothel decides she wants to be the Phantom of the Opera, so she drops the chandelier onto the ground and sets the palace ballroom on fire. She proceeds to chase Rapunzel all through the gardens, all the way to the door that Rapunzel painted her tower on. Rapunzel ducks behind the door, and as Gothel is approaching her, she slams the door in Gothel's face, causing her to walk through the magic portal. As she appears in the tower, Gothel realizes her mistake. She's trapped. But Otto follows. He's loyal. He's a good little pet ferret.
Stupid move. Now he's trapped forever.
No, because we see him in the manor's kitchen later. So that implies that Otto is not a liar and doesn't have a lying heart and is able to leave but chooses to stay. So Gothel's trapped in the tower. And because she's trapped, all her magic spells are reversed, save for the tower spell, which I don't understand how that works, but we're going to go with it. Back at the palace ballroom, people are busy putting out the fire, and once it's out, Rapunzel rushes in and she and Stefan embrace. She then gets to meet her dad, they have a heartfelt reunion, and the two kingdoms make up and end their war.
Yeah, by having an arranged marriage.
Yep. Rapunzel and Stefan marry.
We don't even get a kiss scene. This is bullshit.
There's a brief kiss
No, there's not.
at the wedding.
No, there's not.
I thought they kissed.
No.
Oh. Okay. Everyone lives happily ever after, save for Gothel and Otto. The frame narrative drops. We see Kelly and Barbie. Kelly wants a magic paintbrush, but Barbie tells her that paintings come from inside a painter's heart, and Kelly ends the film by painting a single brushstroke.
What do you think she was trying to paint, or
A portal to another world, because that's what I would take out of this film, out of the story Barbie told.
She said they don't come from the paintbrush; they come from your heart. Rapunzel's literally didn't just come from her paintbrush. So like Rapunzel's paintbrush painted on its own. You just did a little swipe, bam, intricate paintings. Kelly's got to put in the work. Dude, what a shit story for a painter to get inspiration from. I'd feel less inspired.
I would be upset. I'd be like, what do you mean it's not magic? I want to go to Narnia.
Isn't Narnia just an allegory for heaven? I don't want to go to Narnia.
I don't know. I never really made it through that
Narnia
series.
I did.
I don't remember the Christian Narnia lore.
Yeah, Aslan's God, apparently.
Yeah, God is a furry.
I didn't know that.
And everybody dies at the end.
Damn, alright.
Except Susan.
Because Susan was a hoe.
So.
No, because Susan
was boys.
No, Susan not in the books. No, Susan was just like, oh yeah, that was just a made-up game that we played. Narnia wasn't real.
So that's the end of Barbie as Rapunzel with a little Narnian tangent. We have more goofs.
There were goofs.
More goofs. According to the Barbie movie wiki for Barbie as Rapunzel, this film wasn't perfect.
What?
This film was not perfect. It was not a masterpiece. When Rapunzel jumps through the hole in the floor, the animators forgot to put the fallen wood on the floor of the tunnel. And just before Gothel cuts Rapunzel's hair, Rapunzel turns to face Gothel, but in the next shot, Rapunzel has her back to Gothel.
I would never notice these goofs because that would require me to pay too much attention to this movie.
Are we ready to rank this?
It's your ranking, so...
Yes, but I'm taking your input.
Oh, you're taking our inputs?
I am taking your input into these.
Well, I will tell you how I ranked it on mine.
Is it better or worse than Barbie and the Nutcracker?
I said it was better. I gave it half a star better than Barbie and the Nutcracker.
Wow, I didn't know. I was really tied on this. You know what? I'll give it better too because the characters, the animation was not as scary as the Nutcracker.
Amanda, that's legitimately, it was that and better voice acting were the only reasons I also said it was better.
They weren't as terrifying.
The animation was not as bad.
I am also going to rank it above Barbie Nutcracker. I do think there was more of an original story.
And it didn't need to be Rapunzel. Barbie's a big enough name. Barbie will sell, guys. I don't know if Mattel's aware of how popular Barbie is.
Yeah, Barbie's been around since the 50s, the 60s. All right, let's hurry up and wrap this up. I have to pee.
All right, where are we putting...
Is Anjelica Huston's Gothel better or worse than Tim Curry's Mouse King?
Worse.
I'm so
Worse.
conflicted because this was a good performance, but Tim Curry.
It's Tim Curry, yeah. It's
Hard
worse.
to beat Tim
Because
Curry.
it's Tim Curry. Tim Curry's great.
Yeah,
Tim Curry should have played Mother Gothel.
Tim Curry's just all the Barbie villains, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta give it to Tim Curry. And finally, the featured dress. The featured dress for this film being the
It's better because it's
sparkly
not pink.
purple ball gown she creates.
It's better because it's not pink.
I'm sorry, what am I writing? I'm not writing all of that.
I'm keeping track of it, Frankie, don't worry.
What are we calling this one?
Magic paintbrush dress.
Alright, where are you putting it then?
I think it is below the Sugar Plum Princess fit. For me,
Frankie, help me out here.
No, let me give my reasoning. I think the Sugar Plum Princess fit had more of a moment, whereas this one, it's the same style as her day dress.
Which is why it's so iconic. You spruce up your day dress. What's her name? He was just in a nightgown. Of course it's gonna look better. Help me out, Frankie.
I honestly don't care.
Frankie!
I'm gonna defer to Hannah on this. I just don't care.
Okay.
This is my last recording of Nothing to See Here.
I think the Sugar Plum Princess fit is better.
Alright,
Also,
the magic paintbrush
we did rank Barbie Rapunzel in number 1. I've already forgotten.
We did. It's the number 1 Barbie movie. Everyone knows it. It's the best Barbie movie. Do they get better than this? Because this was bad. This wasn't good. It was better.
Yes, they get better.
The Princess
Fairytopia is good. Mermaidia is good.
The Princess
and the Pauper is great.
Is almost here.
What's the
Swan
you say
Lake's
almost.
not too bad.
What's the next one? What's next?
The next
Barbie
Barbie
and Swan Lake.
film. Yes.
Barbie and Swan Lake. Is it Barbie in Swan Lake or Barbie as Swan Lake? Is she playing the lake?
Barbie of Swan Lake.
Barbie of Swan Lake. So she's from
Hold
Swan
on.
Lake in this movie.
I don't think it's of Swan Lake. No way. Hold on.
Are you
it is
doubting
of Swan
me?
Lake.
Yeah. Are you sitting here trying to doubt me and my Google Doc?
Yes, I am doubting you because
this movie isn't about.
You've gotten two things wrong each time we've done a Barbie movie. The first time, and I think is more outrageous, you believe that Barbie said no to the Nutcracker.
That is true. You did think the Barbie was happy to go home at the end of the Nutcracker movie.
Yeah,
you did go home.
And also, you thought that they kissed in this movie. They did not.
I thought they kissed after their wedding.
This is a next week discussion because I don't remember.
It didn't happen. I rewatched just to make sure because I was like, we better at least get a kiss out of this or something because this was the least unromantic thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, they have no chemistry here.
Mm-mm.
All right. So we're gonna. I guess next time it's not even doing Swan Lake. It's just Barbie's from there. Nice. We'll do Barbie of Swan Lake next time we do Barbie, but who knows when that will be. But next time, Amanda, you're in charge.
I am.
What are we doing?
What do you think we're doing?
I would assume it's Cinderella.
We are doing
it could
Cinderella.
be a deep dive into the Barbie video games.
That was true. Amanda's just gonna spend the rest of the week playing all the Barbie video games.
To be fair, if I do a deep dive into Barbie video games, we're gonna do 3 at a time because there's so many of them. And I want to make sure that we get to everything, but we all have to play them.
And beat them, 100%.
100%, yeah, of course.
That'll happen. All right, next time we're going to talk about Disney's next actual fucking movie. Wow, can't believe they made movies again? Damn. Good ones? maybe we'll see.
Cinderella's good.
See, we don't know yet. We haven't watched it.
You were talking all this shit about Gus like being awesome.
I love Gus.
So-
Gus doesn't mean the movie's good. You can have a character
How
you
dare
like in
you.
a bad movie. All right, next week we'll talk about Cinderella. I think that's everything, unless someone else has something they'd like to say.
Oh, let's just get this over with. I have to pee so bad.
All right, well then, thank you for listening to Nothing to See Here. As of recording, we are on Spotify and YouTube. If you're listening to us on YouTube, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell for a notification. You know when each episode is uploaded on Wednesday morning. If you are listening to us on Spotify, remember to follow the show, leave a rating and a review, and answer the question. Hannah, what's the question?
Are Rapunzel and Stefan a good couple?
No. All right, we've answered the fan question. Like to send us an email. Oh, sorry, no. Before that, no matter where you're listening to the show, with any of the variety books that we talk about, I think they have a fun time listening to us for an hour to an hour and a half. If you would like to send us an email with some suggestions for future episodes, some questions you'd like us to answer, any of your thoughts on the show, then you can send us an email over at
Nothing to See Here podcast at gmail.com. As always, here is spelled Hear.
and if you would like to see some great artwork done by Amanda without a superpowered brush, she does the work on her own, or some memes created by Hannah, and any images of the things that we discuss in the episode, then you can find all of that over on our Instagram page, which is
Nothing to See Here pod. Frankie, do we need to start hashtag justice for Botticelli or whatever his name was?
I don't think so. I think Botticelli's fine.
Okay.
They're on thin ice though. These horses, they're on thin ice. That's all I gotta say. I think that's everything. That's all the business taken care of. So we can wrap up. So Amanda can go be. So goodbye and good night. It's Frankie.
It's Hannah. I think Amanda
All right.
went to pee.
No, I'm going to pee now. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.